In this video, we'll explore how to use Google Gemini with your St. Paul Public Schools staff accounts. First, it's important to understand that Gemini isn't a separate product St. Paul Public Schools purchased. Instead, it's included in our existing Google Workspace for Education Plus subscription. With your SPPS account, Gemini is FERPA, COPPA, and HIPAA compliant. With these protections, your data is never used to train AI models. Your data is not shared with other users, organizations, or advertisers. This commitment to privacy and security helps ensure your work and sensitive information remain protected. It's also one of the key reasons we encourage staff to engage with Gemini rather than other AI chatbot tools. Before we dive into using Gemini, let's take a moment to highlight the AI best practice guides developed by the AI Workgroup here in St. Paul Public Schools. We have a guide specifically for educators and another for students. These guides are essential resources. In the Educator Guide, you'll find how St. Paul Public Schools values connect to the use of AI, core principles for using generative AI as an SPPS educator, suggestions for recommended uses and uses to avoid, a list of helpful resources, including asynchronous courses for deeper learning. We strongly encourage you to explore these documents on your own as you consider how to integrate AI into your professional practice and your work with students. You can find the link to these guides in this video description. Ready to get started? Let's log in. Open your web browser and go to gemini.google.com. Click the Sign In button. Type your St. Paul Public Schools Google email address, your @stpaul.k12.mn.us address. You'll then be prompted to enter your e-number and password, also known as your Active Directory login. And just like that, you're logged into Google Gemini with all the benefits of greater data security and privacy. Once you're in Gemini, you'll notice a few key areas. The button in the top left corner is where you'll click to start a new chat. Along the left-hand side, you'll see the option to open your Gems Manager. Gems allow you to create specific, pre-configured chats with parameters and guidelines for tasks you do regularly. While we won't go into Gems in this video, we highly encourage you to explore them on your own. They can be real time savers. Within the main chat box at the bottom, you'll find 3 additional buttons. The plus button allows you to add files from your Google Drive, photos, or documents directly into your prompt. This is incredibly useful for providing context to Gemini. You'll also notice options for deep research and Canvas. We'll talk about those in more detail next. The majority of the prompting area is for you to type your prompt. You also have the convenient option of speaking your prompt rather than typing it by clicking the microphone icon. Let's explore Deep Research and Canvas. If you click the Deep Research button, Gemini will browse hundreds of websites on your behalf and create a comprehensive research plan. It will also show you the resources and websites it referenced, along with its reasoning as it explores information. After completing its research, Deep Research provides you with a comprehensive research report. Please note that the Deep Research feature is currently only available for users 18 and above and is not enabled for students. The second option, Canvas, allows you to create full documents and projects within an interactive space. When you click the Canvas button, a dedicated area will appear on the right-hand side. It's designed to make creating, refining, and sharing your work easier. Using Canvas, you can create and edit documents and easily share them with others. Using Canvas, you can even code custom websites and interactive activities. Before we dive into a live demo, let's review how to prompt like a pro. As with all AI chatbots, the best results come from intentional and thoughtful prompting. It's always better to be as detailed as possible when giving a prompt to an AI chatbot. Take a look at these examples on the screen to see the difference between simple, better, and best prompts. One helpful framework we encourage St. Paul Public School staff to utilize is the PARTS framework. PARTS stands for Persona, give Gemini a role to play. Act, clearly state the task you want completed. Recipient, specify who the output is for. Theme, add your topic or content. Structure, name the format or model you want. For example, using the parts framework, you could write a prompt like this. You are a high school biology teacher. Design a 70-minute lesson for 10th grade students introducing the structure and function of DNA. Tailor the lesson for an inquiry-based science class and include an engaging lab activity and a writing prompt as the exit ticket. Notice how this prompt gives clear, specific guidelines to Gemini using the parts framework. Now, let's get into Gemini and see how this works with a live example.
So here I am in Gemini, and I'm going to go to the prompt area and paste in a prompt that I prepared. I'm going to ask Gemini to act as an experienced elementary reading teacher. I've chosen a lesson from UFLI, and I've linked the lesson there. I've given it specific tasks as well as some directions to include some practice opportunities and bingo. I'm going to click the Canvas button so that it creates a document. Let's click Generate and see what Gemini comes up with. I can see that it is building a 20-minute lesson plan for me. It's broken down by timeline. It's giving me example words to include. It's giving me some sentence reading and a bingo game. So this is where I, as a teacher, would bring my professional expertise in. I can edit the document right here. You'll notice you can highlight and change, edit, or even delete words or sentences. You can also change the formatting, make words bold, italicize, add a bulleted list or a numbered list. And right up here, you can also export this to docs or copy the entire contents. Of course, before I do either of those, I would want to go through and use my professional judgment and expertise to make sure that this is in line with my teaching style and best practices. From here, I can edit right in the document, or I can go back to this prompt and I can give it a little bit more info. For my next step, I'm going to ask it to generate the bingo cards for me. I'll say, add on to the end of the lesson plan a copy of the bingo cards. Each card should have 20 words on it. Create 10 different versions of the bingo card. And then I'll click Submit and see what Gemini does. So let me scroll down, and here we go. It's just added some bingo cards. So bingo card 1, it's got all the words. Bingo card 2, I'm noticing these are now in a different order, which is good. That's what I want. And so on. It's created 10 different versions, which is just what I asked for. Of course, I could go in here and edit these words if I wanted something different, or I can leave them as they are. And when I'm ready, I can share and export this into Google Docs to build these bingo cards or copy and paste. I'd like to show one other thing that Canvas can do. I'm going to ask Canvas to code an interactive game to help students learn the spelling patterns from this lesson. I'm going to keep it super simple. I could give more directions, but I'll just start with that. And I'll click Submit, and I will see the Canvas area change a little bit. Instead of looking like a document, it's now going to look like a space where code is being written. So there we go. It's the TCH spelling challenge. So let's give it a try. It says, an irregularly shaped dark mark, typically of color or liquid. I think that's blotch. Let me put that in. Oops, I was wrong. Let's try the next one. A narrow channel in the ground, often for drainage. So I'll try ditch. And I was correct. Now, again, this is very customizable, so maybe this isn't what I want, but I want to just illustrate the fact that Canvas can actually build these little games, websites, other things that you can preview and you could put on a board and play with students right there. So it's a pretty neat feature. The best way to learn more about Gemini is to practice putting in prompts, revising, and seeing what you can create. So go ahead and get logged in and give it a try today. If you're looking for more ideas on how you might use Gemini as an educator, we encourage you to check out this slide deck full of ideas. A link to this slide deck will be shared in the video description. Now, it's important to mention anytime we're talking about AI that it's crucial to be considerate of potential biases. These biases can arise from existing biases in the data used to train AI models. As educators, we play a critical role in examining the materials created for bias, mitigating bias concerns, and helping our students understand bias. Now is also a good opportunity to mention that AI models can and do make mistakes, be it sharing misinformation or even hallucinating. Therefore, it is incredibly important for us to lean on our professional judgment as educators,
bring our expertise into the loop and ensure that anything we use that is assisted by AI has been thoroughly vetted and examined. In this short video, we had a chance to get an introduction to Google Gemini for St. Paul Public Schools educators. If you're interested in learning more about AI and education, we encourage you to explore some of the asynchronous learning opportunities available for SPPS educators on PowerSchool. You can find a variety of courses geared towards different audiences and different AI tools. We encourage you to explore, continue to learn, and share what you're learning. Thanks for watching.